We have one question here from an older student. Do you think older students that you've had like a midlife career change, can they cope better with stress? Or if not, why not? Do they have, additional responsibilities that make it more difficult?
I have to say that most of the people I've had in my classes who are middle-aged or older even, um, they seem less stressed than my college-age students, partly because I think a lot of them are more financially secure, or they wouldn't be going back to school. Um, and I also just think, the longer you live and the more bad things that happen to you and you're still here, and you're learning how to cope, then you start to recognize how resilient you actually are. So it's
Yeah.
really hard to get. I'm 60 years old. It's hard to get to 60 without a lot of bad stuff happening to you. And and I see my children, they have a bad breakup and it's like the worst thing that ever happened and they're going to be miserable forever. And I just know, oh my God, I've been there 4 or 5 times and I'm not miserable now. So, I think they have that perspective that you get. And, they tend to be more excited about it because no one's really telling them to do it. And a lot of my students are kind of being told to go to school. So in general, I'd say most of they do really well in my classes and they seem a lot more relaxed and like they're having fun.
Yeah, I would agree with the students that I've had when I was teaching, and I think I'll have to bring it back to the neuroscience as a neuroscientist. But I think once you kind of hit that mid 20s and up, and developmentally, the brain is just more fully formed. I never want to say fully formed. You just tend to be more resilient and better able to handle stress. So I see that as well as a big difference between someone who's maybe a new undergrad or somebody who's in high school, and some of those things are just a matter of time and experience.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I mean that prefrontal cortex is, and then when that's not done, you have more impulsivity, and then impulsive responses to stress can lead to more stress. So, yeah. And another thing I see a lot in especially like new grad students, because I rarely deal with first, second, and third year college students. It's either seniors and above, but even first year grad students, they've often moved or relocated. So I see a lot of loneliness,
mm,
and I think that's something that my middle age or older students aren't really dealing with because they didn't disrupt their whole lives in order to come here and go to school.